What's up, fight fans? My name is Anik Subramanian. Today, I'm here with one of the hot topics of the week, Extreme Couture's own, Trent Miller. This Friday, August 30th, Trent takes on Marcus Nash in a historic UFL card. UFL 5 is a 5-on-5 themed card with Team Phoenix, coached by Henry Cejudo, and Team Vegas, coached by Frank Mir. First of all, Trent, how are you doing today, my man?
I'm great, man. Feeling ready, feeling healthy. I can't wait for Friday.
And you're going to be taking on a fighter that we don't know that much about. But tell me more about this fight and what you're expecting.
I mean, from what I've seen from Nash, he comes out hard, he comes out fast. He's had four amateur fights, one professional fight. Four out of those five fights were like 30 seconds long, first round finishes. I mean, I have a few of those myself, so I'm no stranger to that kind of fight. Uh, Even though I feel like in those fights, I didn't even try to come out and go for a quick finish. It just kind of happened. So I'm not worried about him coming at me like that. I feel like maybe this time he won't, because I think he knows that I have that power too. And it's a little risky of a game to be running at me when I can catch him just as well as he can catch me.
I'm excited for that, man. Now, what is your prediction for this fight? You've had a viral knockout on CFFC. He's had some huge knockouts. I want to know, how's this fight gonna end?
I see myself finishing this fight early, just like a lot of my other ones. I could see it from a knockout, a submission, some ground and pound maybe. I think I have a lot of keys to victory. I feel like he only has one, and I think that's a differentiator in this fight. Uh, I don't see him having a path to victory on the ground. I think his only shot at winning is catching me on the feet, and I think I'm just as deadly there as he is. And if it goes to the ground, I don't think he's going to be able to survive an onslaught of ground and pound for me, and he'll probably set me up for a submission.
I like that, man. Now, this is a historic UFL card, right? $50,000 split between the winning team of five is on the line, right? What do you make of that $50,000 prize for all of you? And you excited about this format, changing it up?
Oh, I'm real excited, man. I mean, the opportunity for us, for Team Vegas to split 50K is a big opportunity. And I'm super excited for that, man. I'm going to try my best to hype up Team Vegas so we all go out there and get wins. And man, it is exciting. It does change things up a little bit, thinking about like the point dynamic. If we all get first round finishes, we get more points. If it's a decision, we get less points.
So now this main event has Hunter Azure and Vince Morales. Hunter had a viral knockout of Amun Cosman defending his bantamweight title the last time he fought. What do you think of that matchup?
I mean, I think it's an exciting matchup. They're both, they were both in the UFC, both got cut. They're both trying to claw their way back now. So I think they're both going to be real hungry for that win. Uh, I got to go from my guy Vince since he's a part of Team Vegas. I think he's got what it takes to pull off the win, but I do think it'll be a tough fight.
I got you, man. Now you've been training at Extreme Couture to get ready for this fight, head coached by Dennis Davis. I want to know who have given you your toughest rounds at Extreme Couture.
Oh man, there's a lot of big names that come through there all the time. Just a little over a week ago, I got a couple of rounds with Caio Borralho before he fought Jared Cannonier, and those were some tough rounds for sure. I had my brief moments of success, but that guy's a killer. I knew he had a really good chance of winning that fight that last weekend for sure. After feeling him out in the ring.
That's awesome, man. Now, have you been able to share the cage with Sean Strickland, who's also part of Extreme Couture?
Yeah, I haven't had any like sparring sessions with him recently, but I have in the past. And then we've wrestled a lot during this camp, though. Uh, I mean, UFL even came and filmed one of our wrestling practices where I was getting a lot of rounds in with Sean. And man, he doesn't show in his fights, but that man actually is a really good wrestler.
Right. So I wanted to ask you, right? Sean seems like a stand-up guy to his teammates, but when he's fighting, he's a killer, right? And I also believe that he has so many skills, he only uses 5% of his skills in his actual fights, right? Now, on a personal note, you got to tell me the funniest moment you've had with Sean Strickland or noticed.
Man, there's been a few funny moments where guys that he didn't know showed up to sparring or something, and he's like calls him out right in front of everybody. He's like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And then they're like, someone's like, "Oh, that's my friend. I invited him. I invited him. Like, he's cool. Like, he's good to train with us." There's been a few moments like that, and then he ends up calming down and being chill afterwards. But the funniest moment is up until just like a couple months ago, he didn't know my name. He knew me and we trained together, but until I started giving him some work in wrestling, he didn't know my name, and then he learned my name because I gave him some good work, and he was like, "Winners get names," is what he said. So he said, "Now
Good.
that you're doing well and you're beating me a little bit and you're winning, like you get a name." So that
That's a
was kind
good
of a
story.
funny interaction for sure. But now there's that mutual respect there that it took a little while to earn that respect from him for sure. Because there's a lot of guys that come and go from the gym. It's hard to be like to get close to someone when you don't know if they're going to even stick around. Even some of the pros, they take maybe a couple of pro fights and they're gone. Uh, but now I'm part of that core group, and he understands that I'm there to stay, and I get his full support in the training room, and it's great.
That's a great story, man, and that's good to know. Now, is there any way you can get him to corner you, or what is going to be your corner for this fight?
Uh, Actually, nah, he would. I don't think he would corner me. I haven't asked though, to be fair. But I have my corner that's been my corner for a majority of my fights is my head coach and manager Roman Isbell, and my next corner besides him is going to be another pro fighter at Extreme Couture, Juan Ronderos. He was actually in the UFC. He had a string of injuries though that kind of made him recently get cut, so he's working his way back up to the UFC now. But he's a really good fighter, and he's been in my corner for a couple of my fights when Roman couldn't make it, and I feel real confident with those two in my corner. And actually, I'm gonna have my wife in my corner as well because I get three corners, and she's been in my corner for a few fights, and she's really good about it. She doesn't like care about me taking punches or whatever. It doesn't bother her. And she believes in me to get the win. And I think also just having her there is a little psychological edge for me because I'm like, no way I'm going to let someone beat me up while my wife is sitting right there.
Man, I love that energy. You know whose wife, well, his eventual wife ended up started this trend. It was Mike Perry and his wife Lattori. So that's pretty cool, man. Hey, you got some good luck because when she did corner him, he won.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to have the right woman there. It can't be just any girlfriend or any wife in the corner. I think a lot of them could cause more drama, but my girl's done it before, and she's always been great when she's been there.
Shout out to her. And I'm sure she knows that, life as a fighter isn't easy. There's only money at the top in this game. So I wanted to ask, right? Besides fighting, do you have any day job that or night job that supports your living?
Yeah, I get a little bit of income from fighting, but it's obviously not enough to support me and my wife right now by itself. So besides her working as well, I also work a day job or a night job, I should say. It's usually night shifts as a Chippendale model.
I got you, man. As I try to shine light on some of this stuff because as fighting gains more fans, people start to realize that your athletes are more human than some of the NBA players and these other guys are viewed as because fighters have some of the best fan interactions because they understand what it's like to be a middle class, working class human being. So it's pretty cool to hear.
Yeah, no, it is an interesting dynamic compared to other professional sports. Until you work your way all the way to the top, like you're usually doing something else to make income on the side. And it makes it a really tough grind, especially when you're trying to train a couple times a day and working. Like I don't have a lot of free time besides working, training, and spending time with my wife. Like that is my life, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
And big respect to you guys because you all do so much, sacrifice so much, and you're all still so humble. So big respect. Now, I'm going to jump into some fun questions here, right? If you were in a street fight, pick two middleweights that you'd like to have back you up.
Oh dang. Okay. Hmm. I think I gotta have Sean just because he's a little bit crazy. Gotta have the crazy man on my side, right? Another middleweight I would probably take. Hmm. it's a hard one. There's a lot of good choices. But now that I realize how good Caio is, I feel like I'm gonna have to take him
Sean and Kyle, that's going to be a monster team.
for sure.
I'm going to ask you another one, right? Pick one fighter to train with, one to fight, and one to be friends with. Since you're a middleweight, I'm going to choose the top three middleweights in the world, arguably, right? Sean Strickland, Israel Adesanya, Dricus du Plessis. Train with one, fight with one, be friends with the other.
Um, I think because I already train with Sean, I'm gonna say train with Dricus so I can get that change of pace, get some more variety in there. I guess be friends with Sean. He actually is a pretty cool guy once like you get to know him and once you're accepted in his like circle. And I guess I'd fight Izzy.
That's awesome, man. He's a legend. All three of them are legends. Now, I want to know, do you have any parting message, any message for your fans, friends for the future ahead of your fight this Friday?
My message is you're not going to want to miss this fight. It's going to be a fast-paced, high-action fight, and you know, look forward to my career. I'm going to showcase the skills this Friday, from my striking to my grappling, all of the above, and like I want to show everyone that my last performance doesn't define me, and I'm a much better fighter than I showed, and I'm going to show that this Friday.
Well, Trent, I really do appreciate the time. Can't wait to talk to you after you get the W. Best of luck, and I'm cheering for you, man.
Thank you, Anik. Appreciate you.